Okay, are we ready to go?
Come on then.
Good morning.
Good morning. What? Oh joy!
It's another magical...
Another fighting
Mystical.
game. Oh my goodness, 3D!
Yes! It's another magical, mystical episode of Mystery Arcade.
Mystery Arcade.
And today's game is Tekken 2.
Oh goodness me.
So we've had Karate Champ, Street Fighter, and Street Fighter 2, and now... Oh, and we've had Mortal Kombat as well. We've had a ton of fighting games on this series. And it's only going to get more, because that's all people made in the 90s. But...
Is that a cheater?
We'll get to that. Now we've got Tekken 2, and this one's in 3D.
3D.
Yeah, so we're jumping ahead once again in terms of tech.
Yep.
We've gone from hand-drawn sprites to digitized photos of people, and now it's blocky people in 3D.
Yeah.
This isn't the first 3D fighting game there was, but it's one of the early ones. And
What was the first?
The first was, I believe, Virtua Fighter. And everybody literally looked like they were made out of cardboard boxes and bricks in that one. It was brilliant. There you
Oh
go.
my goodness.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Look at those shoulders.
Right.
Right, yes. Back to Taken 2.
So, Tekken, there's your... there was your cheetah man.
I totally missed that.
Okay, ready to go?
Alt didn't make it minimise.
If you go all the way to the left, quick, all the way to the left. Are you being king?
Oh!
No. Let me. Hold on. Press. You'll
I'll thank you, will I?
you'll thank me.
Oh, it's a...
Dinosaurs.
What the heck? This is
Alright.
the... I'm pretty sure this was the plot for Jurassic Park 4.
Okay. Get
Right,
used to the
whoa.
controls.
Let's just think about this. Okay, so in Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat, we had a punch, a kick, and stuff. And now we've got left punch, right kick, left
Yeah.
kick.
Yeah, and they do different things. So
Can I not just eat you?
no, because you're a sporting dinosaur.
I'm a Sportosaurus. I take it there's no block button this time.
There is. You just have to not do anything. Well done. Don't know how I managed to win that.
Alex beat the killer from a million years ago.
You're Alex.
Am I?
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
Law.
Why am I called Alex?
Are you going to get up and stop moaning?
I didn't know I had to physically get myself up.
So there's a lot of different moves you can do in this, but you don't really need to
Oh,
do them.
replay.
Yeah.
I see.
We're also fighting near the Great Wall of China, which is interesting.
Law wins.
New
Because
challenger enters. Pick a different character, or
I
you
don't
can
want to
stay
pick a
as
different
Alex.
character.
Right, press the kick button. Or do you want to be a different character?
Nope. I like
Okay.
Alex.
I'm going to be Yoshimitsu.
Right.
Because I get a sword. I'm a massive cheat. No! Now, how are you finding it? What's your first impressions
It's-
compared to the other games we've played, the other fighting games?
It's not. It's not quite as responsive, I don't think.
No, I agree.
But I can imagine that's because we're not in an arcade.
No, it is like that in the arcade. I have played. I played the cabinet in Bude when I was off on a school trip,
All right.
and it was very cool. I actually spent all my money playing it. Wasn't very good.
Yeah, like for instance, when I jump, there's a definite
Yeah,
lag
it
between
feels
the time when I press and the time when I actually.
it feels a lot heavier than Street Fighter did. Street Fighter was very quick and fluid. This one is more stodgy, I suppose, but
It's like not the original Street Fighter where you have to be very specific.
yeah.
It's a bit like that, but not quite the same.
Kick me when I'm down, that's nice. Flipping hell. If I actually spin too much, I get dizzy. See, I don't know if you saw it at the end.
I did, yeah.
Whoa. There is actually a move as well, I'm not sure how to do it, where Yoshimitsu stabs himself.
Let me be this guy just to see
Okay.
what this looks like.
I'll be Law again, because I know how to do his moves. There you go. You are king. You are a.
Am
You
I?
are a wrestling leopard
I'm a
man.
tahine. How are you moving so fast?
Because I'm Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee or whatever. I'm
but-
every martial arts hero there is.
When I press the button, like if I press kick and then it's still not as fast as you're moving.
If you press punch and kick at the same time when you're close to me, punch and kick at the same time.
I am.
Try a different punch and different kick. It should do this. Oh, no, okay. You're doing that, yeah. Alright, do that then.
I just did a special move.
I still won, even though I was
Wow.
letting you hit me. Right, let me show you.
Right.
It's a throw move, so you in Street Fighter 2 you could do that, but you couldn't choose to do it, whereas in this you can. It's just a minor thing.
Am I a dude wearing a mask? Or am I actually a cat
I
guy?
believe you are a dude wearing a mask, unfortunately. This is how you block, by the way. You just do nothing. And I just sweat everywhere. There you go, he's worked it out. Oh, goodness, you made me a bit upset then. I feel mean just beating you all the time. It's terrible. Shall we find some moves?
No.
Because I feel that, well, they were printed on the arcade cabinet, so you are allowed to see them.
It's very different to
Of one
the
more,
others.
we'll have one more match, and then we'll move on to our next version, shall we? I'm going to be a Heihachi.
It's very different to the other ones, but I can see where they're going. There's a definite. Oh, I'm him again. There's a definite progression from what we had in Mortal Kombat
goodness
to what we
gracious.
have now. Yes.
Heihachi's very slow. He's also got very pointy hair.
Alex wins.
And it definitely. It's not as good as Mortal Kombat, I don't think.
Do you not think it's as good as Mortal Kombat? You really didn't like Mortal Kombat.
I didn't. And I don't like this really.
Though. Oh. I definitely prefer this to.
I much prefer Street Fighter,
Right.
if I'm honest.
Right. Well, we shall finish this, and then we shall move on to our next version. And don't get your hopes up because it's going to be probably quite similar.
Oh no!
Gonna give you a nuggie.
Break my neck.
Yeah. You're fine.
One thing I have noticed:
Mhm.
there's not as much gore. You know?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. They do sort of have. They do bleed, I suppose, when you punch each other.
Yeah, but not as much as they did in. And it's not really blood, is it? It's orange.
Yeah. It's more of a. I've hit you.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
It's more like a pow or something. Whereas in Mortal Kombat there was blood dripping
Yeah,
out.
Mortal Kombat was well known for its blood and its gore. I like how they just stood staring at each other. Nobody's trying to do anything. And in Street Fighter 2, when you beat people, there was sort of that portrait, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Anyway, I suppose the technology wasn't there yet for 3D to be doing that.
Well, it's either that or they're just getting even more. This is my personal
Go on.
feelings about fighting games. They're getting more dumbed down as they go on.
Do you think?
Yeah, because here there is no. I know it's partly because of the 3D technology, but there is nowhere near as much to do as there was in certainly Street Fighter 1, 2. What was the third one we played?
Mortal Kombat.
Is that we already played 3? I thought we played more than that.
Karate Champ?
No, I don't care. You know what I mean?
I think I see where you're coming from. It's just a different style of fighting game, though. This is slower and more methodical.
I feel like there's not much advancement here other than the 3D technology.
Right, okay.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Fair enough.
Get up, you useless slug.
Now, actually, just before we do continue, I'm not sure if he is a man in a mask because he's got a tail.
I didn't know I was fighting. Could have
Yeah.
told me I was actually doing something.
Well, I didn't. I thought we were finishing. Anyway,
No,
let's
I was
move
ready
on.
to kick his
Let's
ass.
move on.
Is this new
There's what new?
for games to have a cutscene?
Pretty much. Well, when was the last time we saw a cutscene? It was Ghouls and Ghosts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was very, very basic. But now, you see, this is one of the advantages of the CD-ROM technology, that it can have full motion video on them because they're big enough.
Would this have been on the arcade? Or was this just
Well,
for the...
it wasn't on the arcade version, was it? So no. We
Right.
only had that short video of Heihachi's crazy face.
Okay.
But this is... Look at all the individual strands of hair.
Oh, yes.
And the
Action Man.
terrible, terrible music.
Action Man!
What are these guys then? Are these Professor X?
Major Chip Hazard.
Yeah.
There's them loafers again.
Yep. Here comes...
Never take off mask.
So, despite it being longer and with higher production value, we really didn't learn anything.
Well, we kind of got a glimpse of all the characters and their origins in a very...
Loose way.
What was Tekken 1 like?
It was like this, but not as good.
Heihachi versus Wang.
There's Wang, look. Who onto some Wang? Right. Versus mode. We haven't got many characters to pick from. You can't be your dinosaur man because you had to actually unlock the characters on this, whereas in the arcade version they just come because you had it for a long time.
Oh, so
what the
they
hell
just-
was that sentence?
They just appear over time.
They just appear over time, yeah. So the longer you had the arcade cabinet in your arcade, the more characters would come unlocked.
How would that be possible? Would a dude come down and
No, it just
happen?
happened. It'd be the real-time clock, and then when it got to a certain time, it'd say, right, new character, please. So it'd keep people coming in and
Okay.
trying the new characters that come out.
Got it.
Very cool idea, I think. Are you going to press X? Thank you. Let's see how he does with a controller, folks. Fight!
Ah! Wow. This looks
Identical?
the same. Get.
Don't you get me, Bob?
You rolled away.
I rolled away. That's one of the advantages of playing a 3D fighting game, that you can go side to side. Not that they do very often, but you can.
Ha
Stop hitting me while I'm
I
down,
kicked
you
you
cheat.
around a corner.
Stop electrically kicking me.
I'll kick you. I'm a big cat
Yeah.
dude. I'm the
Is
cat
this
murderer.
guy a cat or is he a man? Because he's got a tail.
He's a cat. We saw him. He had the white. He had the loafers on.
I know, but he's got a tail.
I'm sure it's a fake tail. Law always wins.
What is this, Judge Dredd?
Yeah.
You have to be very particular in your timing, I find.
Yes.
So, I believe if you wanted a fighting chance, you could press, if you pause the game, so... Wow, that's a good shot. And then if I go command, you
What
can
did I
see all
do?
your moves.
Oh, God, is that what I just did?
I don't know, did you just do Exploder?
I may have done.
Nice.
Oh my goodness me.
So those are your moves.
When facing right, 2 jab. Exploder. Boom. I think I must have hit 2 at the same time.
So it's X and circle to do that. So
yeah,
that'd be 5
okay.
and 6.
Yeah.
But I don't get why you... Either you can press that, or you can run and then press that.
Let's try it.
Okay. Go on then. Yeah, that must have been it.
Huh.
You see, my move's just as easy as pressing both kick buttons at once.
Alright.
Which seems a bit unfair, it's
Well,
why...
Some of us are cats, so we don't understand these things. Others are the people.
Let's try different characters. I'm going to be Paul,
Let's see what Michelle's
because
like.
if you remember Street Fighter 2, do you remember Guile?
Yeah.
Well,
Same dude.
well, he's got very similar hair. Press X.
I pressed X.
In fact, I don't know how he keeps his hair up like that. It's quite incredible. And that's not just a limitation of the technology, because in the newer Tekken games, his hair is exactly the same.
You woman beater.
Alright, come on then. Michelle is...
An international Lara Croft wannabe.
I have to say, the fighting feels a lot slower in this. It feels like
Yeah.
it feels like you
definitely
can't
not
just
as-
press the button and keep punching like you could in the arcade version.
Definitely not as responsive. Looks the same, but not as...
Not quite as responsive.
Hang on. Can I try something?
Go on. Good.
I can't... You can't do jump kicks anymore.
You can. You can if you press the jump kick button.
What? I don't have a jump kick button.
Oh, you pressed the jump button and the kick button.
I did.
You can do a jump kick. No, you did a punch. You were pressing the punch button, you wally.
Alright.
Good.
Yeah, she was rubbish.
Why don't you be Jack 2?
No, I want to be Old Man Lee.
I think he's a policeman. I'm going to be John.
Ah,
I'm going to give myself less health as well, so it's a bit fairer.
well, can't do that.
A bit like the Halo 2 thing.
Yes. June's different. Used to be a bald South African guy.
Oh, she fell over then. Well, that was a bit too easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, you shouldn't give yourself less health.
Yes.
I want to try that.
What's he doing? He's taking
Yes!
a picture.
I beat a girl.
Look at them socks that she's got on. Look at them turn-ups.
That's where all their power is. Oh, right.
That was the weird falling over punch.
I feel like I shouldn't just be mashing these buttons like mad.
Well, do you want to see the moves again?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah!
Yay!
Well, that was good.
Yeah. Tekken 2.
I'm kind of missing these things being different.
I know. It's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah. As these things become more homogenous, this series has less to talk about.
Yeah. So, over the course of this series, we've discovered that as arcades and consoles and home systems in general have got closer together, we've had a lot less to talk about.
I mean, they're getting more powerful.
Consoles are getting more powerful. I think it's more that there's less innovation in the arcades. All the innovation's happening at home now.
Yeah.
PlayStation's out, nobody's really going to the arcades anymore because the PlayStation can do it all.
Yeah, you can take it home and have friends over.
You can just play your games instead of having to play Green Pac-Man and Red Frogger. You're now playing what is pretty much exactly the arcade version
Yeah.
of the game. So we've seen quite the evolution across this series, but it does mean that we've got less to talk about.
Well, we can still talk about the lineage of where these things come from.
We can, yes.
I mean, the vast difference between this and Karate Champ is astounding.
Yeah. And this is what, 10 years difference-ish?
Is it? When was Karate Champ? 1986?
1984.
1984.
Was it 1984?
I don't know.
5? One of them.
Well, yeah, this would be about 10 years on, wouldn't it?
Yeah, round about then. And in just 10 short years, I mean, if you look at the last 10 years in modern gaming, there's not been anywhere near the difference.
No.
So, like I say, all the innovation's happening.
What else is interesting is in the versions we were looking at before, we were looking at DOS and ZX Spectrums and things like that, and now we've evolved into PlayStation 1s and Nintendo things.
Well, the Sega Saturn as well,
Yeah.
we looked at.
Yeah.
But whereas a ZX Spectrum game could be completely and utterly different to a DOS game, a Sega Saturn game is basically the same as the PS1 game. Anyway,
Have we other versions to look at?
we haven't. That's
Is
all
that
there
it?
is. These are the only two. You had the arcade version of the PS1, and that's it for
And
Tekken
it
2.
wasn't released on any other consoles.
No handhelds, no nothing. The only other re-releases it had were on the PS3, PS4,
Alright.
whatever. The modern re-releases, but it's the same game. So, yeah, let's have some ratings then, please. The arcade version. You didn't like it as much as Mortal Kombat. Can you remember what you gave Mortal Kombat? Because I can't.
6 or 4 or something like that.
Go on then.
Something.
What's your feeling?
A 4.
A 4?
Was alright.
I'd give it an 8. I really do like Tekken 2. I've got a lot of time for it.
It's a fighting game. They're all
Maybe-
the same.
Maybe a 7.5. They're all the same. Come on.
They're all the same.
We've established that this is very different in feel to Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
So, nuts
but
to you.
it's the same thing.
Well,
Pac-Man,
so are Halo and Call of Duty in that situation.
Pac-Man and Frogger, totally different. Karate Champ and Outrun, totally different. Gauntlet and Ghost vs Demons, totally different. What's it called?
I'm not even. That's fine.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
They were,
fine.
they were different. This,
So there you
Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 1 and 2, are basically the same thing. It's just that this is 3D.
go. I disagree. But
It's got, you can kick them, you can punch them, you can move
are
backwards
Halo and Call
forwards.
of Duty the same?
Yeah,
No.
basically.
No.
First person shooter games.
No.
There's the enemy.
How dare you say that?
Different range of weapons.
Oh dear, oh dear. Right, well, let's move on from that deeply, deeply problematic discussion. 7.5 from me. So, PS1 version.
Exactly the same, because it's exactly the same game.
I'm going to give it 7.6 just because apparently there's more features in
Well,
it.
I'm going to give it a 4.2 because there was a cutscene.
Right, that's fine. So that concludes our rather swift
Abrupt.
episode
On Tekken
on
2.
Tekken 2. So,
Why is it called Tekken?
it's Iron Fist. That's what it translates to. Because it's the Iron Fist tournament.
Right.
That's the premise of the game.
Okay.
Except it doesn't make a whole lot of sense,
Yeah.
really. So don't forget to
Subscribe.
yes, and mosey on down to that little old like button and give it a poke.
Oh, yes.
And also there's that bell that you can press to make sure that you get emails about our videos, because apparently that's a thing.
Yes.
And we'll see you all for the next one. So go on.
I wonder how they animated this.
I'm not sure.
Because this cutscene is very well animated. I
Yeah.
mean, the movements. It almost looks like motion capture. I know it's not. But
It is very precise, isn't it?
yeah. The way she was doing her leg then,
Mm.
very good. And the way people have walked and moved. And I mean, look
Yeah,
at
like
this.
this, yeah. I'm not sure. That's an interesting question. Maybe there's some behind-the-scenes footage somewhere.
Very good.
Yes. Anyway, it's good night from him,
And good night from me.
and we'll see you all for the next one.
Au revoir.
Adios.